up, guys? It's your boy, Barça Boy 103. Just finished watching the match and Barcelona beat Real Oviedo by 3-1. Our second remontada of the season, being 1-0 down at halftime. A deserved win. We were the better team over the course of 90 minutes. Oviedo looked alright, but didn't look super impressive. Their goal came from a you-know-what. We're not even going to highlight that too much, but 3 points ahead of the Madrid derby was the objective, and the objective was successful. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen for you right now. It was Garcia in goal, a back four of Garcia, Ronald, Araujo, Pau Cubarsí, and Gerard Martin, a midfield three of Marc Casado, Pedri, and Dani Olmo, front three of Raphinha, Ferran Torres, and Marcus Rashford. So no Lewandowski to start up the game. Frenkie de Jong being rested as well. We have Olmo coming in for Fermin. Ferran Torres keeps his spot in the team, so there were some changes. No Kounde as well. Probably Kounde, de Jong, Lua, the three that were rested by Flick. So minor rotation, and still, of course, the side was definitely capable of competing and beating the team ahead of us. The first goal scored in this match was scored by Garcia. I believe it was the aftermath of a corner kick from Barcelona. Araujo picks up the ball on the left-hand side, does a low-driven cross. Ferran Torres with a good touch, good flick, and good turn and volley on target that was saved by the goalkeeper, and it was rolling away to the post, hits the post. Garcia then hits it into the back of the net, bringing Barcelona level with half an hour to spare to complete another remontada. The second goal scored in this match was scored by Robert Lewandowski. It came from an absolutely sensational cross into the box from Frenkie de Jong, but this header was absolutely elite. He beats everybody in the air. He goes ahead of him, headers it onto the near post of the keeper. Bar down goal in La Liga yet again for Robert. He was desperately needed off the bench, and he desperately answered our plea. A world-class header from one of the best number 9s in the history of Barcelona. And the third and final goal scored was from the captain on the night, and probably the captain for the majority of the season, in Ronald, Araujo. Simple corner in from Rashford. He makes a good peel run. Araujo, free header, heads it on target and heads it in to the back of the net. We're being really effective on set pieces this season, and this is yet another example of it. Great clean header from him, sealing Barcelona's 3-1 lead, and of course, getting my prediction 100% correct. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it a very solid 7 out of 10. It was quite a nerve-wracking performance. I don't think Barcelona were poor throughout any moment in this game. I know the first half we went down 1-0, but the way they scored, you know how it was. It was a mistake from our goalkeeper. I thought we played okay in that first half. We were creating a lot of chances. Rashford should have scored at least one goal. Olmo had a chance. Rafa hit the post. I thought we were looking quite well in the final third. The issue was in that first half was the midfield. One midfielder specifically, should I say, who kept losing the ball, wasn't positioned right, and that's why his positioning maybe threw off Garcia, who in the end will probably take 80% of the blame for the goal that we did concede. Second half, though, looked much better. That first 5 minutes was a bit of the same, but then we looked much better. We're progressing forward much more cleaner. The shots are being more direct. And once we got that goal from Garcia, you saw there was half an hour left on the clock. You saw Lewandowski come off the bench. You knew that there was going to be a remontada. The way he scored was unbelievable. Near post header. Absolutely ecstatic. Of course, Araujo getting a consolation goal as well. We looked really good in that second half. Rashford was, progressing forward. We were still making chances in their box. We had a few minutes where Oviedo had 2 chances after Lewandowski scored, but we looked pretty comfortable. So I don't think we played, champagne, flick ball, I'm sitting here with a cigar watching us play the best football in the world. No, it was really effective. I liked how we looked in the final third. I think even defensively, we looked quite well, except for that left-hand side. I think the right-hand side, the middle, we looked really strong. I didn't really feel threatened by Oviedo at all. Maybe they had that one chance from Ronald in the first half that was great, blocked by Garcia. In the second half, that clearance from Kounde. Those were probably the only 2 times where I was like, had my heart jump there for a second. But I thought the team played really well. They played as a unit, and it was that midfield correction was made. We looked really comfortable, as we should, against Real Oviedo. Thank God, alhamdulillah, we did not lose that game. And again, more credit to the team where it's due as well, being 1-0 down, winning the game 3-1. The second game on the season they had, of course, 2-0 down against Levante. They came back, and today they did not disappoint, collecting 3 huge points ahead of the Madrid derby this weekend. So overall, I think the performance was, pretty solid. So I'm giving the team rating a 7 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. We're going to start off with, of course, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, who wasn't one of the best tonight, João Garcia, a 5 out of 10 for me. Just docked at 1 point for the mistake. I do think when you're in that situation, when you're so away and far from your box, you should be clearing it. I know he went for the cushion, easy pass to Casado, but even then, if Casado, say, for example, got the ball, the press was ready to get him. Whether Casado would have beat the press or not, I think is a pretty big gamble. So I think he should have just cleared his lines at that point. So I do blame him a lot for the goal conceded. Apart from that, though, he looked okay. Had some nice shots that were right at him that he collected very well. Love how strong he is on corners. That's the only reason why I've docked him 1 point. You could probably bring him up to a 6. He did make a really good save in that second half. I think after Lewandowski scored as well, the one that was coming down the right hand side, he came out, made himself look big. So maybe that can maybe balance out his mistake. But then the mistake is still quite significant. We didn't keep a clean sheet because of him tonight. So 5 out of 10. Not really going to go in on him too much. The mistake now is wiped away. Even if we didn't win this game, I still would have given him a 5. But the mistake is wiped away. We'll put it behind us. Hopefully he learns from it because we still won the game. So João Garcia, 5 out of 10 for me tonight. In the center partnership now, in front of him, first on the right hand side, El Capitano Uruguayo, 8 out of 10 for me. And my man of the match, and I already gave him man of the match before he even scored. I thought Araujo today showed why he could be one of the best defenders in the world. Defending was elite, kept it simple in regards to his passing, reading of the game was so good, recovery pace, he was dealing with a mountain in Ronald the whole entire game, made some fantastic defensive actions, fantastic interceptions as well. I thought he was sensational. And when he keeps his game nice and simple and just focuses more so on his defensive side of the game more so than on the attack and trying to make a difference, that is where he thrives. We've seen this now since February. Of course, when he first came back from injury, he's pinging long balls and he's misplacing passes. Clearly, Flick has told him to keep it simple because he's just going to the right, to the left, and into the middle, and that's what you want to see. And again, I was calling for Araujo to start this game because of the target man striker that we were coming up against, and he dealt with him absolutely comfortably. 8 out of 10 for the captain tonight and my man of the match. Center partner on the left hand side was Pau Cubarsí, 7 out of 10 for me. Thought he looked really solid yet again. Very similar to the Getafe match. I don't think he had put a foot wrong because Araujo was doing a lot of the dog work with Rondon up front. Made a good tackle on Rondon as well in the second half. I do remember from Cubarsí. Made a great pass inside to Rashford as well in the second half. His passing is elite. That's why I think maybe Cubarsí and Araujo can complement each other quite well because you have all the ability on the ball with Cubarsí defensively with Araujo. The issue is you can see that Cubarsí doesn't look too comfortable on the left. He looks much better on the right. But when he's on the left, he can't really just shift to his right foot easily. He has to be positioned correctly, so he does. Maybe hopefully he can get used to it. But he has some good aerial duels won today in the game as well. So pretty much, overall pretty solid from him. No real complaints whatsoever. 7 out of 10 from me. Into the fullbacks now. First on the left hand side, Gerard Martin, 4 out of 10. We're back to the Gerard Martin stinkers. He was getting done for pace. His passes were short, giving the ball away, yada yada yada. I mean, the only okay thing he did today was when he had moments to clear the ball, he cleared it, unlike João Garcia, for example, for the goal that we conceded. Looked like a headless chicken out there, to say the least. Even going forward, link-up play with Rashford was absolutely non-existent, but just gave the ball away so much. In poor areas where you expect him to be looking a bit more comfortable. He played all right against Getafe. I'm thinking, all right, maybe he can, develop a bit more, but stinker. I was calling for him to be subbed off at halftime, and then we saw Eric Garcia ending up shifting over to left back, but poor showing today from Gerard Martin. 4 out of 10 from me. Other fullback, way more positive, of course, in Eric Garcia, who got man of the match from La Liga. He gets from me an 8 out of 10. That looked okay in the first half as well, with making some great overlapping runs for Raphinha. Some of his crosses were a bit, some of them got into good areas. I think he had that cross for the Rashford shot that was blocked, so he was, getting into good areas. Of course, scored a huge goal for us. I also think his involvement in play was sensational. He was getting into right areas, holding the width, passing inside, trying to find space for Frankie and Pedri, making great overlapping runs as well, causing danger in the final third. And then at left back, he just put in a solid defensive performance. I thought, again, Eric Garcia was sensational, and this is why you need to have excellent squad depth, because it will be called upon you in moments like this. Great showing from him yet again, whether it's at right back, left back, or center back. He tends to put in an absolutely incredible shift. 8 out of 10 for me. Into the midfield now. Firstly, in the pivot, it was Marc Casado. 4 out of 10 for me. He was, I guess, wouldn't say the reason we, went in 1-0 down at halftime, but he wasn't great. He wasn't great. I thought he looked okay in the first 10-15 minutes. The issue that he had in this game was that he'd lose the ball so easily. He'd, recover it a little bit, maybe, put a tackle in where he gets the ball, then maybe throws and, cancels the Oviedo counterattack a little bit, but was losing the ball way too much in that midfield. I thought in build-up play, he looked fine. No criticism there, no concerns. It's just off the ball when we were in transition is where it causes problems. Did he slip on the Joao Garcia pass? Was he positioned wrongly? Maybe Joao Garcia was trying to, predict where he's going to go. I don't know. I don't blame that mistake too much on Casado. I think it definitely takes mainly on Joao Garcia. But when the substitute came in for Casado, you saw the difference. I think that this game wasn't really made for Casado. I think Flick started him simply to just rotate Frankie. Today would have been a great game for our number 6. That's the kind of midfielder we needed in this game. I don't think Casado is made for this game. I think Casado needed way more, and maybe the bigger. If we're facing, Villarreal or what's a decent team in La Liga, like Osasuna, Atletico Madrid, I wouldn't mind a Casado in that game because that way you can rely on him defensively. But in these games, we're going to be chasing and trying to be the one to score first. It's kind of hard for him to adapt. I think he was played simply for rotation, but 4 out of 10 for me was quite poor, to say the least, but I know that he'll thrive from this and come back better and stronger. On the midfielder, of course, his favorite partner, Pedri. I mean, this is just becoming routine. His number's 8. He's getting 8 out of 10 week in, week out. I mean, it's just sublime. The elegance, the absolute elegance this player has. The ability to drive through midfields as easily and smoothly and silky as possible is a gift. It is an absolute gift. This guy is a mold of Xavi and Iniesta into one. He's neither. People say, oh, he's more Xavi. People say he's more. I think he has a little bit of both into him. The ultimate midfielder. No goals, no assists, but just absolutely pure class. I think in the first half, he was the only player doing anything. He was, breaking line passes. People would be losing it, getting shots blocked, and yada yada yada. He was carrying us that first hour. Remarkable yet again from Pedri. 8 out of 10 from me. Final midfielder in the 10, Daniel Olmo. Utter stinker from him. I think my 5 out of 10 is quite generous. Probably should be joining the 4 category with Casado and Gerard Martin. He had a shot in the first minute, which was, looked decent. Apart from that, he was wank. I mean, losing the ball in the box so many times in that first half did not look lively whatsoever. Where you expect him to make some magic to break the lines for a final pass, either Lua or Ferran to run onto, was not executing any of those. Every pass was blocked. Every turn was, pickpocketed by everybody. It was so annoying to watch. Nothing on him per se, but I guess it is on him, but he's the only 10 we've got, so we gotta hope he turns it up. I guess, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, because hopefully he can do much better against Sociedad this weekend, because we need prime Olmo for PSG if we have any chance of wanting to beat them. I didn't see any spark, nothing from Olmo that I can cling on to as a positive. I really don't have any, so I might have to give him a 5 out of 10 tonight. Into the wingers now. First on the left-hand side, it was Marcus Rashford, average 6 out of 10. Of course, got the assist for the corner, so I don't want to, I'm not, I don't think an assist from a corner is worth an upgrade to a 7. Looked really nice, lively in that first, from the 10th minute until the 35th minute, looked really good. He was doing a lot what I was saying. I was saying, cut inside, shoot. He was cutting inside and shooting. All the stuff where you want from a midfielder, he was doing. I wanted a bit more take-ons from him. He wasn't really, running down the byline, taking on his man 1v1. A lot of cuts inside, shooting. Didn't even use his pace in that first half, but looked a little lively in that first half. Second half on the left looked quite, I would say, mid. When he went to the right, looked much better, which I really do like that change from Flick. Maybe the right hand side had a weaker fullback per se. There's a bit more space. I don't know, but looked much better in that second half, especially down the right hand side. But most important thing, playing with confidence, looking lively, and that's what we want. Hopefully he just grows from here. 6 out of 10 from me. Same goes with the other winger on the right hand side in Araujo. Only played about an hour as well. He was a bit indecisive in that first half. Of course, hit the post, was looking okay, had some nice dribbles, some nice body fence as well that come into space. But Rashford really wasn't doing any 1v1s with the fullback. Some of his crosses were begging as well. Quite surprised to see him get subbed off. It looks like in the end Flick was correct in that regard. But wouldn't say he was poor like your Casado, your Olmo, and your Gerard Martin, but was it, average to say the least. If that shot from distance goes in instead of hitting the post, we'd be out here giving him a wank. So I mean, we can't, rush to conclusions too much with him, but I think he still was performing at the level I do expect from him. So 6 out of 10 for me. Lastly, up front, in Ferran Torres, also an average 6 out of 10 from him. Of course, got the shot that led to the first goal. He missed, I remember, one chance that I was screaming at, where I said that he had to score. I think it was somewhere in the second half. It was like a free header or something like that, where I probably should be expecting my Barcelona number 9 to be scoring. But again, I think hold-up play was fine, especially in the first half. Of course, was getting involved a lot in the attack, played the full 90 minutes after his brace against Getafe the past weekend. Again, like Rafa, wouldn't say he was poor, but I just really wanted a bit more from him. Again, he's crying about, I want to be the starting striker for Barcelona. I need more. That's the reason why Lewandowski came off the bench, elite, world-class header, and gets us, the win, essentially. I'm not saying he has to do that, but I want to see that. I want to see him go for efforts and stuff like that. So 6 out of 10 for me for Ferran Torres. Into the subs now. Well, of course, subs has some huge impacts. Frankie, Lua, Kounde, Christensen, and Bernal. We can forget about Christensen and Bernal. I don't even know if either of them touched the ball. They came on for about 4 minutes. Kounde had that elite tackle that probably stopped maybe Oviedo from equalizing at 2-2. Sensational defending from him. The header from Lewandowski is nothing short of world class. But I think the best substitution in this game was one of the best midfielders in the world, and Frankie de Jong. I mean, he put in an absolute masterclass in that second half. The cross for Lua was sensational, but what did he bring in? Progression, calmness, composure, right pass, right moments, right run. You can just see him and Pedri just building an elite partnership in that pivot as well. He's running this way, Pedri's already peeling behind him. They're kind of like back peeling and linking up with each other, I guess, as if they've been playing with each other for like 20 million years. He was remarkable. I think he was a game changer, and that was all what we were calling for in that in a halftime. Casado out, Frankie in. We all knew that would make the difference, and it showed on the pitch. The assist is just an extra for Frankie. I thought even without the assist, his performance in that second half was absolutely remarkable. So subs in this game, without a shadow of a doubt, had big impacts to the point they were the reason why we came away with 3 points tonight. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Hansi Flick, who, of course, won his 50th game for Barcelona, the 3rd fastest in the club's history. He gets an 8 out of 10 from me. It's a good team with some rotation in the starting lineup, made the correct change at halftime to have the impact on the game. Brought on Lewandowski at a very good time as well, giving him a lot of time, half an hour to get the equalizer. Only real criticism I have today, of course, the first half wasn't too comfortable. Bringing on Christian and Bernal with like 3 minutes to go, like what is the point? At least bring them out at least 85th minute, give them a solid 6-7 minutes to run around and at least get involved and play a little bit. But yeah, another win to say the least. I think the reason why we won this game was from him. His changes, his decisiveness, and his decision making is what pulled out a win in this game. If he was nonchalant and didn't bring on Frankie at halftime, who knows? But I love Flick's management of the team this season, being very proactive with his subs as well, which was one of my main criticisms for him last season. Very his in-game management last season I think was quite on the poor side, but now it's more so definitely on the exceptional side, and we are seeing that as proof on the pitch. 8 out of 10 for the Gaffa today. Fantastic. So that was a match review for Real Oviedo versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. The main thing I want to first see, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca. Yeah.